All right, you don't have to have a big bank account to find the perfect gift for somebody. Homemade holiday gifts are special and can be very cost effective. So we've brought in one of the best in the business, Tamika Fletcher. You know her. She's been on the program so many times, and she's the perfect person to share. And you're always so good at taking, seemingly things that you wouldn't be able to turn into something special and turning it into something special.
Right. Taking old stuff and making brand new old stuff.
Yes,
what I call
exactly.
It.
Upcycling too, I think, is
right.
one of the things that you call it. So what do you want to show us first?
Well, today I'm talking about some things you can do for the holidays.
Okay.
I love to crochet, I'll have to admit, but for those people that don't knit and crochet, you could learn. I've actually gone online and found tutorials. I've crocheted before, but never knitted and taught myself just by looking at videos.
Really?
But in either case, these balls of yarn take your crochet projects to the next level.
They're really thick and big.
I wish you could feel these guys. These are so extremely soft. I have 50mm crochet or knitting needles that I found at Michael's, and this comes from Loopy Mango as well as the yarn. A project that would normally take like 3 hours takes 30 minutes with this yarn because of the size of it. So if you like to crochet and you like to knit, this is
you make
really,
a bigger
really
thing
great.
faster because you're using a thicker material, and those will double as self-defense.
And let me
when
tell
you're done.
you, they sell these. These are very, very dangerous tools, but they sell these throws at Anthropology for between $800 and $1,200 for this exact yarn. So I'm really
what do the
excited
materials
about
cost,
this.
do you think, if you had to buy that ball?
If you buy this ball, it may cost you about $150, but that's a far cry from $1,500 to $1,200.
And it goes a long way, I'm sure, too.
Yes, and it feels amazing.
Okay, what else you got?
One of my other unique obsessions is jars. I love mason jars, but you don't want to give a regular mason jar as a gift. These I just use regular acrylic paint, and the simple thing about this is you can go right on the jar really quickly, paint it on, let it dry, and once it's dry, it gives you this really cool antique effect. And you take a simple nail file to distress it, to go over the letters, to kind of go over the outside of it, give it a couple of antique looks. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, see, and that's beautiful, the way you did that.
It's just, it is simple. And you can use it for a vase, you can use it for a candle holder.
Then you put a little tea light in there.
A little tea light.
And then it's a beautiful candle.
That's right. A little tea light goes a long way.
Nice.
I like these because they look also antiques. I'm really into antique things or things that look vintage. And so I like the idea of this pretty lace vase. And you just take a simple piece of lace, spray it on. You can use the crystal clear enamel to go over the outside of it, or just plain white paint to spray. And it's really simple. These took me at least maybe 30 minutes to do all of them. So really quick. It adds a great statement piece for the holidays, great for decorating.
See, I imagine you'd want to give some as gifts and maybe keep a couple for the house to just feel like extra decorations.
I don't want to give everybody jars, but at least a couple of people are getting
All right,
jars.
what else?
The other great find for the holiday is the fact that Pottery Barn has these Mercury ornaments for $29.95 for about 6. I found my clear ornaments at Michael's for about $4. They're on sale half price right now, which is awesome. You can take vinegar and water, mix it about half and half in a spray bottle, spray it directly onto the ornament, and then spray your looking glass spray. You need Krylon looking glass spray, that matters. But as soon as you spray it on, let it dry about 2 minutes, another spray with the water, come back over it with a little light coat of the spray, dap off the excess, and you have a really cool antique looking ornament.
For a lot less money than you would have paid otherwise.
For a lot less. These are also just ornaments made from things I had around the house. Some old fabric, a little bit of lace trim that I had, or some trim that I had laying around, and believe it or not, a newspaper, and just stick it on and cover it up.
And some of that, as long as you're not using the real hazardous stuff, you can have the kids help you out with too, I'm sure.
Absolutely, I have, and I've done that, and it was a great project. I own a hair salon, so the girls came in, they brought their children, and we decorated ornaments together. It's a tradition for us, and we really, really have a good time doing it.
Cool. Upcycled sweater. Tell us about that.
And you know, it can really get costly to buy new sweaters every year, and so why not take an old sweater or an outdated sweater and add a one-of-a-kind custom embellishment? I like to, for this one, I just cut the sleeve and added a little bit of lace down the sleeve. The cool thing about this is that it also gives you a little extra room for that next year if you need it. This is probably one of my favorites.
Okay, here, let's switch places so you can do this. And we're almost out of time, Tamika, but give us a little quick idea of how you do it. So you just cut a...
It's as simple as cutting about 7 inches down the sleeve.
Okay. and you tie a little bow in there.
Well, you're going to attach your lace or your ribbon right directly into the collar and tie it on, and so that gives you a kind of off the shoulder. A day like today when it's this cold, it's probably not a good idea.
Maybe not a good day to do it, but those are all
today.
really, really great ideas, Tamika. So I hope we've inspired you to use some of your own skills to put together maybe even a more memorable and a nicer Christmas gift than you could buy with your own money. Chris.
That's right.